Guys, and welcome back. Today I'm going to be talking about the role of DPS. Okay, I see more and more videos talking about, oh, supports are so crazy, I can't kill anyone. I mean, there's nothing to do. Supports are just so broken that you can't do anything in the game's not fun. And to that, why, mighty viewer, I might say, DPS isn't about getting kills, and neither is the entire game. Now, if you're going 1 and 19, you might want to switch, but I want to prove my point to you. And you may, hey, what's your point? You may be asking. What is going on my screen? I do not know. I want to show you guys how you should be playing DPS, at least how I play it, and the core fundamentals of playing DPS. Alright, so there's so much you want to do. Like, who should you focus on, you know? Like, who do I focus on? Normally, I prefer to focus on supports as dive DPS. By the way, I'm going to be talking about dive DPS in this video, so not all DPS. I'll clarify that in the title or in the description. But the reason I'm so, picky about what I'm doing is because pretty much people get so upset over this that they're not getting kills, and just because you're playing DPS and doing more damage doesn't mean that your entire role is just getting kills. Like, as a DPS, you should. This is probably going to be a longer video, so I'm probably going to make it into a long form video. But the reason it's going to be longer is because I'm going to talk about what you should be doing as a DPS. Alright? There's so much that has been, crazy right now. And I don't know why. One of my main points being, build for your supports. I mean, right here, this Venom, I spot him as soon as I have to back out. I spot him going in our backline, and I immediately kill for my supports, and I back. Normally, you shouldn't be doing that as a dive DPS, but I prefer to, I guess. You know, the only situation where you should be peeling for your supports is when there's no dive angle to take. You should be peeling for your supports and not just doing nothing. Right here, I'm trying to take a dive angle. If there wasn't a dive angle, I would peel for my supports. I spot Jeff, I go after Jeff. It's a very simple rhythm. And watch this. Okay, so people would say, I guarantee there's going to be someone under this video, or someone thinking that, oh, you just wasted a dive, and that was a pointless dive. I just forced out a support ult. Just because you don't get kills on a dive doesn't mean it's useless. The reason why is the second main job of a DPS isn't to get kills, it is to get the team focusing on you, right? The enemy team you want to get them to C9. C9 meaning walk away from point, or a group of them walk away point, so it's less members. I'll explain it right here. Wolverine and Scarlet Witch walk away from their team. Now, if my team was grouped up, it would be a 4v6 instead of a 6v6, right? Because I'm trying to get them. I got followed because I was low health, so I tried to draw them away. But nevertheless, I do this later in this, 2 times, I think, besides them. And, it's way more valuable than putting pressure, because you want to be, instead of diving in directly into the entire team, which I see a lot of people doing, unless you're BP and trying to pull off an insane clip, don't do that, please. Please. Or you're trying to protect the rest of your team. Right, I'm just trying to get room. I see Venom diving, I go in, right? I see Venom diving, and I start peeling, right? Because how do I'm gonna try to get my point across as quickly as possible. It is the same amount of value when you put the enemy in a position. I'm gonna skip forward a little bit and show you what I'm talking about. Okay? Right? So I'm going in. It's right after this. Here, I'll just skip forward a little bit. Right? I go after Jeff, and I'm about to see Venom. I see Venom. Venom decides to go help his team. Now watch this. I go in. This is one of the most, like, the best dive I've ever made. Look at this. Okay. I force Venom into a position, right? And it's, oh, you just got him away temporarily. I want you to watch this for a sec, okay? Because it's way more than temporarily. This is how you win games as a dive, alright? Right there. You see Jeff's beam. So now, I have got Venom to pick between helping his team and pushing back the enemy or diving on my supports. He either chooses to protect the rest of his team and sacrifice his supports, or lose point indefinitely because it's an easy win for a 3v6 for our team to cap point and try to save the supports for a second fight. And normally, any second fight never goes well, right? I've just drawed 3 of their team members, making it a 3v6 for my team. And you'll see how long this goes on for, right? I'm just drawing them away, right? And you see, my team caps point, we get Emma, and we wipe their team, right? We literally push them back all the way to where I was just from me diving, right? Because my team ended up having to fight a 3v6 and 1 tank with no supports rather than a 6v6 with 2 supports healing. You know? You pick and choose your battles. Right here, I picked to go frontline and help out our tanks because neither of the tanks died when I dive, right? And I see a lot of people complaining when they dive like that. And the complaint's always, I literally killed no one and I did like 15 combos. Yes, supports probably do need a nerf. Some of them need buffs. I'm not going to sit here and argue that all the characters are perfectly balanced, but just because you're not getting kills when you dive doesn't mean it's a useless dive, right? Like when I went in, I knew there's either 2 outcomes to every dive. Unless you're playing BP because bunch of dashes, anything can happen. But you want to put an enemy team in a position where they sacrifice their supports or sacrifice the front line, which is what I try to go for every time I play Daredevil, right? And this is how you win games, not your KD being 2.0 or, oh, I only died twice and got 25 kills. Like in this match, I think I went 25-5 in this game, right? But I'm not caring about the stats when I play because I can prove it to you right now. Have you ever seen or gotten and won every category in the stats yet someone else gets MVP and thought to yourself, why? Well, I'll show you in a... Right? Just because you win the stats doesn't mean you're doing stuff for your team. Like, I could be like, oh, I got final hits. Well, that just means I shot someone for the final hit. I got kills. I hit someone once and my team killed them, you know? Like, stats truly don't matter in this game. Unless you're going into the negatives by a ton and you're truly doing really bad and you're selling your games. Because trust me, I'm not here to be like, oh, never switch because stats don't matter. If you're doing really, really bad on a character, switch for your team. Or your team needs a better comp, switch for your team. But just because your tank does 5 less kills than your DPS and dies more than they got killed doesn't really matter because I could play as a tank and go 9-10, but if I'm pushing the enemy team back 15 meters in front of me every time I die, and then I die, but I'm not getting kills, I'm still shoving them back and winning the point for our team, you know? That's really how I try to phrase it and how I would describe how to win your games as DPS. It all comes down to either forcing the team to C9 or taking out their supports. And it's not just about getting the most elims in a match or getting MVP. The end goal is to, as you see on the screen, win the match, you know? Like, this match I did really good, so that's my best advice for you guys. Of course, stats do end up matter if you're going really bad and you know you're doing bad on a character. Like, oh, I'm 3-10 on a character on, like, Star Lord. You should probably switch for a team comp or something. This isn't to say never switch. This is to say just because, you know, just because you didn't get support kills doesn't mean supports are broken. Supports are pretty broken, like Invis is so broken, and I don't know. Like, there's a few characters in this game that Gambit is still relatively insane. But really, it ends up coming down to winning. So don't try to focus on your stats like they're life and death. And, oh, I went negative, immediately swap off your tank and leave your team without a tank. Each character has a role, and just because you're not getting kills on a certain character doesn't mean you're not doing good with them. That's the best way to put it. Anyways, thank you for watching. I know this video was longer than normal, so I'm probably gonna have to make it into a long form video. I've been recording for 20 minutes now. Went on a few rants, I'll edit that out. But thank you for watching, and please like and subscribe, and I will see you next time.